The only other thing that really I call other was the day and if you don't mind me talking about it, I think it's a fascinating thing that happened to me, one of the
Oh,
most
please.
profound things that ever happened to me. And I remember the phone rang and I answered the phone, and I would never ever do a session unless it was 10 o'clock in the morning, ever. I made it, I've got to get up, I've got to cleanse the room, I've got to make sure I'm up and ready. So I always used to leave it till 10 o'clock. This person rang up and said, I'd like a reading at, I think he said 8 o'clock. And I said, yes, okay. Put the phone down and thought, why did I just say yes? I've never said yes before. Why did I just say yes? And then I thought, well, I can't ring them back and say I can't do it. And I thought, okay, I'll be there at 8 o'clock. So I got there at 8 o'clock, and in this village, nobody gets up till 9. It's very lazy. So I'm on the street, opening my shop, turned round and see this man, beautiful, beautiful man, very tall, about 6 foot, 6'2", 3, beautiful, messy blonde hair, like he hasn't even combed it, but looked amazingly good looking, with blue eyes. And I said, are you my next client? He said, I think so. So we went upstairs. I sat down and I asked him to sit in front of me, and I got my oil and got ready and put my hands. I asked him to put his hands down on on my psychic table, and I put my hands over his. And at that point, my work was to attune to his energy. So as I'm feeling his energy, I'm like, okay, I don't feel anything. Okay, I'll start again. So I start again, rub the oil on, and I rubbed some under his hands and tried again. Nothing. I felt nothing. It was really strange. And I looked at him and I said, I'm not getting anything. And I kid you not, I looked at that man's eyes when I started and they were blue. And when I looked at him again, they turned grey. And I looked at him twice and I thought, this is weird. Am I going nuts? So I try again, and the same thing happened. Nothing again. I thought, okay, I'll pick some cards and I'll start reading. Whenever I read for somebody, normally what happens is I can feel their suffering, their pain, their trauma, their what ifs. Nothing came up in the cards were showing me anything. Nothing on the energetic level of feeling his energy. There was nothing. It was like there was no feeling, there was nothing to pick up on. And I looked at him and I said, I've been doing this now for 8 years. I have never, ever not felt anything. And he looked at me with blue eyes again, because they turned from grey to blue again. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing. And all he said was, interesting. And I said, is it okay if I give you a healing session instead? He said, sure. He gets up, he lies down. I'm starting the healing session. I'm feeling his head to see if there's issues, problems, unresolved files, fear. Nothing. No heat, no nothing. I go to his heart to feel his heart, to feel that connection. Nothing. I go to his stomach, feeling the stomach energy. Is there anything happening in there with suffering, pain, issues with family? Nothing. I started laughing and I said, I can't feel anything. I said, I feel like I'm doing nothing. He opened his eyes and he said, interesting. He gets up and I said, I'm really sorry, and we walk out. He goes and I'm like, what the hell was that? What was that? What just happened there? And I spoke to my wife then. I said, I just can't explain what just happened. And I realized over the few months after that this person wasn't of our realms, not of our world at all. And what I believe he came to do was to see if we have actually evolved in any way, and if we can really feel and attune to a different frequency. And that stuck with me, and it's never sat right with me. And I've always found that fascinating. And everything about him, his color of his skin, the tone of the skin, the blemishes, which there weren't any. He was perfect.
Yeah.
And that's my encounter of the realms of what I believe is not human, is of another realm, another universe, another place. So I do believe that there is something else other than us. And that was my experience. I just wanted to share that because I thought that was really fascinating.